In this video, I give you my verdict along with what I consider to be the main pros and cons of the Brüush electric toothbrush. Hey, it's John here from Electricteeth. We assist you in selecting the right dental care products and understanding common dental healthcare topics. Just before I give you my overall verdict on Brüush, I want you to know that as or if not more important than the toothbrush itself is how long you brush for, how often you brush for, and your technique. Linked in the top right corner is our guide to taking care of your teeth. It includes all of the important things that you need to know. And for those of you looking to make your oral care routine more sustainable, there's a link in the description for that too. So then to my verdict on Brüush. Brüush is a sonic electric toothbrush that I would happily use without issue on a daily basis. It cleans the teeth well, looks good, feels good in hand, and has an excellent battery life. Including a travel case in the box along with 3 brush heads is a nice touch and adds to the value on offer. I don't quite align with the logic of replacing the brush heads every 2 months as is the case with the subscription plan. It isn't a complete deal breaker though. There is little wrong with Brüush, but there is nothing that makes it stand out as an absolute must buy. If you want more detail, be sure to check out the full written review that accompanies this video, linked in the description and the top right corner. Now then, moving on to the pros of the Brüush electric toothbrush. So the first pro has to be the design and colour options. I really like this toothbrush. It's really nicely designed. Now, it doesn't stand out from the crowd too much in terms of like a unique actual design to the handle. It's a squarish design to the body here with slightly rounded edges. But there are some nice sort of accents. I like the power button and the framing around it with silver. This is kind of like a matte black colour, but you can get it in other colours such as white, red, yellow and blue. There's a few limited edition options, but there's some much bolder colour choices than you get with a lot of other electric toothbrush manufacturers, and that includes the charging stand being colour matched as well. So another pro is the built-in timer and pacer. It's an essential feature of any decent electric toothbrush. So it has a 2-minute timer and 30-second timer built in here. So that will encourage you to brush for the recommended 2 minutes and to do so evenly, spending 30 seconds on each quadrant. On from that, it then has an automatic power off, so at the end of the 2-minute cleaning cycle, of which all modes last for, it will automatically power off the toothbrush, clearly indicating that the brushing time is over. Now, another pro potentially is the 6 different cleaning modes that this electric toothbrush offers. Now, truthfully, you don't need 6 different cleaning modes. Generally, 1 is fine. Maybe a second mode, sort of like a daily clean, and a sensitive mode, but this has 6. So this has the most demanding of user covered. They use different sort of intensities and power settings from the toothbrush to offer these different modes that are available here. So you've got lots of choice. Use the power button to cycle through the different cleaning modes available on the toothbrush. So another positive for some is going to be the fact that Brüush is available on subscription. So what you do is you actually buy the toothbrush handle and you can sign up to get replacement brush heads delivered to your door at regular intervals. There is a cost saving for doing so, so it's cheaper to buy the toothbrush handle and the heads on subscription than it is to buy them off the subscription, although you can do that if you would actually prefer. And the subscription plan adds a certain level of convenience. If you're not very good at replacing your brush heads on a regular basis, the fact that they turn up at your door is a little bit of a cue to replace your brush heads, so you always have some spare available in the cupboard when you need them. So another good thing about this toothbrush is the built-in rechargeable battery and the life that it offers. It offers around about 28 days to a month's worth of battery life. The exact usage time that you're going to get from the battery will depend on the cleaning mode you've used, but generally speaking, you're going to get a good 4 weeks from the built-in battery on here. So another and final pro then has to be the magnetic charging stand that comes supplied with Brüush. Now, not that you actually need to charge this brush all that often, but the charging stand has a flat top to it. It doesn't have a prong coming out the top that needs to align with the base of the toothbrush handle. Because you've got a flat base on the Brüush handle, you just simply pop it on. You don't even have to align it at a specific angle to get the charge going. You can sit it on any way on top of that magnetic stand. The magnets hold it fairly securely in place. It's not the strongest magnets that I've seen or experienced, so it can be knocked off the charging stand. But the charging stand itself is colour matched to the brush handle. So in my particular instance, it was black in colour. And it also has a USB connection, so you can actually charge it from a USB socket on a computer or a wall, and it does come with a plug adapter included in the box if you need that. So then let's take a look at some of the cons with the Brüush electric toothbrush, and in truth there really aren't that many. Now, one con is the lack of a pressure sensor. Now, I must stress this is not an absolute deal breaker, but many people brush their teeth with too much force. You don't want to do that. And some electric toothbrushes will alert you when you are using too much pressure as you brush your teeth, but you don't have this with Brüush. You can actually brush really quite hard and there's no way of knowing that you're doing that. So just be aware, the bristles essentially need to skim the surface of the teeth. The toothbrush isn't going to alert you. And probably the other main con is the subscription. Now, I am probably being a little bit picky here, I must admit. It's not, again, an absolute deal breaker, but Brüush manage their subscription program in a slightly different way. You actually get 3 brush heads delivered every 6 months. Now, typically, you are recommended to change your brush head every 3 months. So on the basis of them delivering 3 brush heads every 6 months, the recommendation from Brüush is to replace your brush head every 2 months. The issue with this is it's not always necessary to replace your toothbrush head as frequently as every 2 months. You can, of course, if you wish, but it adds to the overall expense when comparing Brüush to other electric toothbrushes. Because you're going through more brush heads in a shorter period of time, it actually makes the overall package slightly more expensive. Now, in truth, it's fairly comparable, and one of the ways around this would be to subscribe for a period of time, end up with a surplus of brush heads because you've been changing your brush head only every 3 months. So take a 3-year cycle, if you like. You subscribe for 2 years, and that 3rd year you cancel your subscription and you just use the replacement brush heads that you've got. It's just something to bear in mind that the subscription package with Brüush is a little bit different to most, where they replace your brush head every 3 months, whereas Brüush are really recommending every 2 months. But I have to admit, it is a bit of a nitpicky sort of issue with it, because overall it's a solid toothbrush and I really can't find too much to actually fault about it. So there we have it. That's my overall opinion on Brüush. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you found it useful. Click here to subscribe for more videos and here for tips and tricks on how to improve your oral health.